Welcome back to PJ Chen Design. This is PJ. If you enjoy using the nature of flower as an inspiration for your jewelry design, this is a video for you. In this video, I would like to talk about how to use a leaf as an element to design this ring band. Are you ready? Let's get started. We're going to start it at the front view and we're going to decide the ring size. In this demonstration, I'm going to use a 16mm, and that's used as a reference to see how big each of the element that we want. Let's take a look on the top view. I'm going to draw a curve, more of the leaf looking things like this, and using this curve, simply just mirror to the other side. I usually don't like my leaf to be like really pointed there, so what I can use is using the fitted, and I want to fit a 0.5 here to get something rounded like this. And I also wanted the bottom to be rounded. Then we're gonna join everybody back together. Now you can rebuild at this point, or you can turn on the control point and keep editing. For example, if you want them to be a little bit more pointier, and or it's coming out a little bit longer, it's up to you what you like to do. I usually like to do, since it's an organic foam, so I would like to rebuild them. So let me rebuild a little bit more point than what already that I have, so that I'm getting something like this. And after that, we will need to split this one into two curves. So I'm going to snapping into the quadrant here and quadrant there. So later on, this is going to be our two rail for building the surface. Then I'm gonna coming over at my right view and kind of design my profile is going to be for that leaf. So basically I want to do something like this, and right in the middle coming up a little bit and going to on the bottom to be something rounded and puffed on the bottom. And you can have any shape you like. I just like to have something a little bit more volume there. It's just have a better casting result. All right, so let's say this is the shape that we wanted, and we want this coming into here for in between the two rail. Apparently this is too big there, so the command we're going to use is the oriented to point. And make sure that you wanted to let's make a copy just in case we need to redo it, and we want a 3D scale here. We're gonna snapping into somewhere here to somewhere here, and coming over to somewhere here and somewhere here. Okay, so now we get this on the shape over here. Let me move it up a little bit. Okay, let's give it a try. Coming to the perspective, we're going to use the surface sweep to rail. You got rail 1, rail 2, and you want to starting with the point, coming to the cross section and going to another point there, and then hit enter. Then you will get something like this. So that will be our first leaf. Then I'm going to moving this leaf coming over to the middle right there, and because this leaf is sticky out, so if we do the polar array, we're gonna have a lot of sharp point there. So I basically want to use the bend tool to bend it down something like this, and also bend it down from the other side to have them something like this. Okay, so it will fitting into our ring a little bit better. And I want to move this back to the center by using the align centers and type it 0 here. So then I have my first leaf. My second leaf, you can create another shape, or you can just making a copy of this one and make them slightly smaller. Let's take a look on the render view. So then I have two leaves there. I do want to have my middle leaf is a little bit thicker, so I'm gonna coming over here and just beef it up a little bit, something like this. And it's also that will cover the thickness for my second leaf, so I'm going to again beef up just a little bit, but I want to be lower than that first one. And I also want to tilt it a little bit more like this way. In fact, this one should be over there, and want to tilt it a little bit, something like this, maybe move it out like this. And then I simply just want to mirror to the other side to have something like this. All right, so if that worked fine for you, let's go ahead to group it first. And then we simply wanted to do is using the polar array. So let's go ahead to use the polar array, snapping into the 0. And I don't know how many that I need, so I'm guessing roughly about 18 there. And let's click OK. And we want to take a look on it. Now, notice that the tip is kind of tucking into another one there, and it doesn't look as pretty as that I originally wanted. So I'm going to ungroup it and actually make this one going up a little bit, something like this. All right, so let's give it a try. We want to do the polar array, and this time I actually want to record a history, and we want to hit enter. It felt like I need to have a little bit more, so I'm gonna try 20 for 360 degree, and let's see what kind of a result that we get. Okay, so this one is still, I want a tip coming out, so I'm basically going to keep moving, maybe moving up a little bit. And since we have a record history, so we could see the real time changing, so I'm gonna move this up a little bit and to get something like this. All right, now the bottom one, you could tilt it, you know, change it, or maybe tilt it out a little bit more so you get more of the shape there. And I basically, so if that looked good for you, and I'm going to stop editing here for this demonstration, but you can keep editing until you find the best position for that. After that, I'm gonna come into another layer, and I would like to making a rectangle for whatever thickness that is, and kind of moving this one to the tip of my ring size. And I basically wanted to give a big fillet. Let's try 0.5 millimeter. Let's try 1 millimeter for radius, and we're gonna go from here to here and from here to here. All right, and we're gonna turn it back to this ring size, and apparently this is way too big. I'm going to scale it down. And I'm also going to do 1D scale, and I'm going to go snapping here and bring this one down. And what we like to do is have a really uniform inside of a ring shank, so it won't cutting your finger with this irregular shape. So basically we want to do the sweep one rail. This is the rail, and this is the cross section, and then we will get this ring shank there. And you can keep tweaking if you want, if you feel like that now it is too low, and because we record a history and the shape is inside of a ring shank, we can kind of move it up, so you will still see the tip, or you can keep rotating, have something like that. And this one too, I want to move it up a little bit so I can see the tip of the leaf, and maybe I need to 1D scale this down a little bit. Okay, so if everything look right to you, we are going to, beside the ring shank in the middle, we want a bowling unit everybody first. All right, so it will say we break the history. That's okay, we no longer need a history. And before we bowling into inside of a ring shank, within this curve, I actually going to make it into the solid by extruded planar curve straight, and we want this piece to be a little bit bigger than our ring shank, and we are going to use a bowling difference. The black one is out of this purple one. Alright, so all you need to do now is bowling unit those two together, then we will have this leaf looking ring band. I hope you enjoyed this video. A lot of people saying 3D model is really complicated, but it is actually not. If you're learning in a very systematic way, you will learn it fast and efficiently, and then you can start create your work for your freelance. Check out my course Jewelry CAD Masterclass. Not only you can watch all 128 video anytime you want, myself will also answer your question weekly to help you learn fast. The course link is in the description below. Check it out. Hope to see you there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next.